You're listening to the Getting Social podcast, where we get social on entrepreneurship and everything that comes with it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Getting Social podcast. I am your host, Jeff Policard, and this episode is pretty unique. So last week, I shared with you guys that there would be some major changes coming up. One of them is actually publishing only audio. So I have some new news for you, if that's even something to say. This episode will be both audio and video. Hold up, I know what you're thinking. There's a twist though. This episode will not only be the shortest, but there will be no guest. So all you get is me. I just wanted to take the opportunity to recap a little bit and to share some information that I got from the last episode and what I've learned so far. So last episode, my guest was Olivier Day. He's a fellow podcaster and he really inspired me not only through the actual show, but also afterwards. He shared some valuable information with me to help me grow, and I appreciate that a lot. As a matter of fact, I encourage you all to help each other, support each other. That's how we all grow. I think as entrepreneurs, we have a duty to empower others. So thank you, Olivier. Now I have about 120 more episodes of Awaken the Awesome to listen to. So the following is what I've learned so far, and I'm going to implement them right here, right now, right in front of you. So I call this episode the Lucky 7 Podcast Tips. Let's jump right into it. Number 1, what is your podcast about? If you don't know what it is, you're going to struggle. Trust me. And your audience is also going to struggle to understand what you're trying to say. It's important to develop a specific topic, or else both you and your audience will feel lost. Trust me. Been there, done that. So before I started my podcast, I decided on what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to track the success of leaders and entrepreneurs and implement their common practices, tracking our path to success while discussing the shifts in today's social practices and how they reflect on both our personal and business lives. Not bad. So this is what I want to talk about. I want to interview entrepreneurs, marketing professionals, leaders, and track their path to success. Pretty simple. And hopefully I can learn something from them, and you could learn something from them too. Number 2, be passionate about your topic, because if you're not, both you and your audience will lose interest pretty quickly. Your audience will feel it if you're not passionate about what you're talking about. Not only that, it will make it that much harder for you to get motivated and put out an episode on a weekly basis or even bi-weekly basis. So be excited about it. That stuff is not easy, so you better enjoy the process, make mistakes, have fun with it. Don't sweat it. Learn along the way. You will get it as long as you're passionate about it. Number 3, have a few episodes completely done and ready to publish. So I had 6 episodes recorded but not edited, which caused me to redo 3 of them because at the time of edit, I found out that they were not good. So I had to completely redo them. It set me back. I thought I was ahead, and now it set me back. So have a few episodes in your back pocket. You just never know what's going to happen. You have to be prepared. You might not find a guest in time. You might be tired or not in the mood to record. You might be traveling. You might get sick. Who knows? Just be prepared and have a few in your back pocket. You just never know. Number 4, know your audience. Kind of tricky, right? How do you know your audience when you don't have one? Kind of weird. As marketers, we actually face this challenge every single campaign. Why? Because we have to create what we call a customer avatar before we even start the strategy. Because you don't talk to a 10-year-old the same way you talk to a 40-year-old. Makes sense, right? As a matter of fact, even when you develop your podcast topic, have your audience in the back of your mind. Because you have to find a topic that will provide value to them, that will give them clarity, that will hopefully solve a problem for them. Because if you don't provide any value, why the hell would they listen to you? I know I wouldn't. Who has time for that? Number 5. Now the next tips are more about production. Don't underestimate your wired earbuds. Not only are they good at canceling ambient noise, but they're so easy to access, and you just plug into your phone and record it. Use your phone as a recorder. There are apps for that. But while you use your phone to record the conversation, keep it away. Don't touch it. Don't play with it. Don't check your social media. Don't check your email. Don't check the game scores, even though I kind of miss those. Don't do it. Don't do it. Focus on the conversation. Focus on the questions. Focus on your guests. Focus. Number 6, have a production schedule. Super important. Have a deadline to book the guest, to confirm the guest, to record, to edit, to publish, to even have your social media sequence planned out. This stuff is not easy. So the harder you make it, the harder it's going to be. Be efficient. Be productive, especially when you have other work to do that actually pay the bills. Hopefully this will help pay the bills in the future, but in order for that to happen, you have to be efficient, you have to be productive. So super important, super important. And finally, number 7, hit record. Sounds silly, right? It happened to me. I wasted a good 20 minutes of conversation and great exchanges that I will never get back. I was lucky that my guest was nice enough not to show any frustration, but I know deep down they were more like, oh hell nah. So, my bad. So there you have it, my very first solo episode. Now please help me grow by subscribing to my YouTube, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. Leave me a review. Let me know how I'm doing, even if I'm doing horrible. Stay tuned for a new episode next week. Until next time, be cool, be safe, and most importantly, be you.
Thank you for listening to the Getting Social podcast. If you know a friend that would benefit from this episode, please share it. And remember to subscribe and review.